running engines with us. It's a very easy fix. It's something that people overlook really quick because you get real excited. They want to drop a motor in right away and get it running. But these little things go a long way, and that's setting your trim and ED correctly on your carburetor, from your servo to your carburetor. That link has a lot to do with the way your engine is going to respond, how it's going to start. So it's real crucial that you take the time to set this. So I got the truck out today. She's a little dirty, but I just got back from racing. But you know what? It's all right, man. You ever know Neil Brothers?
What up, Nitro Nation? Welcome all,
Set the throttle trim and linkage.
Muggy Maniacs.
Low C5. I also have an HBI down here. I'm going to show you that a little bit later.
Buggy Maniacs,
I want to take you over to my workbench. I want to
Chuggy Maniacs,
actually work.
and yeah, I guess monster trucks. It's Nitro. Yes, it's headaches, but it is Nitro.
Alright guys, we're over here at the bench, and I got myself a brand new WT990 to demonstrate
Everybody
what the problem really is and how
that's
the carb actually works.
wondering, as far as
No different than any other WT
the title,
carb. It has a
to
throttle
be
that goes through,
or not to be,
butterfly in the
is
center,
Nitro
this,
officially dead?
a throttle cam,
Let me turn this down a little bit, just watching
and then
one of Dan's older
throttle hammer, okay? And we're going to talk a lot about this
OBR
today because this is the problem that we're having. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys down here,
videos. And
and we're going to talk a little bit about this throttle hammer and butterfly.
if you guys remember or not, let me refresh your memory, I had an issue with the linkage, throttle linkage on the King Motors 5E. By the way, I'm trying, this GoPro 4 has a 2.7K wide, which is what it's on now. So we'll see how this comes out. I have some goodies to unbox. Yes, I know people want to know what is my final assessment, because I'm still getting a lot of questions. Is the Taylor 35 faster? It's funny, it's just kind of like the same question you hear people that they're E-words, or people that don't know a lot about, you know, the hobby, whether it's Nitro or Fitzco. That common question, you know the one I'm talking about. How fast does it go? I hate that. Every time I'm running somewhere and somebody, you know, comes up and, you know, is curious, and the first thing they ask you is, how fast does it go? You know what I tell them? Fast enough to where if you lose control, it's going to get expensive. Or you could hurt somebody. Fast enough. That's my answer always. But that's the question you get. How fast does it go? And that's the question I get with the 35 Taylor against the OBR 34 Reed. Which one's faster? Well, they're both fast, but they're both different fast. Okay, and we'll get into that in a minute. But to get back to obviously what the title of this video is Nitro officially dead? My answer to that is yes. It has been since COVID. Well, it's actually, most people know, Nitro has been dying for a long time. Before, probably for the last few years, or prior to Nova Rossi going out of business. Obviously that didn't help. Byron's went out of business. You know, a lot of things, okay, plays into why Nitro is dead. And I don't mean it's obviously not dead on my channel. It'll never be dead. It's not dead on a lot of people's channels. But if you take in a whole, and I was just looking at some of my videos, like this last video that you guys watched that I uploaded, I've got like, I think over 800 views, and it's only been up a couple days, 3 or 4 days or whatever. Then I look at the video before that, which the title of it, I mean, Nova Rossi .25 Roma. Anybody that knows anything about Nitro, it's just like putting up 28.8 Rex Legend. That engine, the .25 Roma, is without a doubt one of the iconic engines. Not as much as a 28.8 Rex Legend, but you know, it's probably more rare. You know, they're both rare now, but This one, probably more. There's some of these out there still, here and there. These aren't as much. Some people will say yay, some people, as far as from what I've seen. But, from what I've seen, these, I don't see a lot of those. A lot of these. Or I'd buy another one. You know, and I know, like I said, some people haven't. But, to get back to what I was talking about, the title of that, I didn't even get, you know, and maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's, but I feel when I look at all of my videos over the last year, the ones that have 5th scale have more views, with the exception of a few. Okay, not all of them, but most of them. And what I'm getting at is 5th scale more popular now? Yes and no. It's definitely more expensive now more than ever. Everything's went up. You guys know that. And a lot of that has to do with why I believe Nitro's kind of died out. And why 5th scale is more popular? Well, I mean, you can get one of these for $500 and it's ready to go. You don't need anything but fuel. Okay? A Nitro? Eh. But you're getting a lot more car. So, I mean, it's not, like I said. I mean, look. Does this look like Nitro's dead? I've got 3 modified engines. The last 3 that I haven't opened up yet. Am I going to do them on video? I don't know. If you guys see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. Most people don't know what they're looking at. Some of you do. Some people don't care. You know, I look at all of my engines. Regardless, I am opening these engines up because it's the only 3 out of the 10 that I got modded by RCR that I haven't opened yet. So, I mean, look. See? Look at all those engines. Look at all that. Look at all these Nitros. Look at this cave. There's 2 5th scales. There's another one on the way, by the way. We'll talk about that in a minute. But look at all the Nitros I've got. Look at all the engines I've got. And I'm not bragging. I'm just keeping it real. So, to me, Nitro's not dead. But if you look, like I said, again, as a demographic in whole, and you look around, you know, social media, YouTube, and all that, Nitro definitely is dead. And it has been dead. And like I said, it might be alive in some of the communities. Racing is kind of keeping it somewhat going, but even the racing's not what it used to be. As far as I can definitely say, 8th scale Nitro bashing is dead. Like, deader than dead. I mean, there's maybe a half a dozen people that are, you know, of any significance on YouTube that even do Nitro anymore. You know, you guys know who they are. They know who they are. But other than that, for the guys that even, like I said, that do 5th scale still and are doing Nitro, like me and a few other guys, the 5th scale draws more views. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just, like I said, keeping it real. So, Nitro is, you know, officially dead. It's been dead. Okay, but it's not dead on this channel. There will always be Nitro and 5th scale. No E-word baloney. Only Nitro and 5th scale. I've got another Nitro, 8th scale Nitro Chuggy coming soon. I've got a few more Nitro engines coming, a few more pipes coming, another radio that'll be for Nitro and 5th scale. You know, I've got a lot more plans. I've got, you know, what, we've only ran the Roma. Really, I've ran the 30.30 modified RCR modded .30. This thing, when you guys see this thing, matter of fact, that will probably be the next one, either on this video, I'm not sure, or if not, the video after this. But coming up with the running of, we're gonna run the 30.5 SRE Customs in the Baja one more time, and then it's coming out. And I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Either gonna put the Taylor 35 in here, which everybody wants to see, but everybody's already been doing that. But I might just drop the 34 OBR read in here and see what it does. And we'll compare the engines once again in a different platform. We've already compared them, okay, and we're gonna get into that in a second. In a 5B, okay. but we're probably going to compare them in this. But I want to run the 30.5 because the linkage wasn't set up right, because I wasn't compensating for it being a reed now. So obviously the carburetor moved out. I didn't like the 990 rooster tail. We'll get into that in a minute. I put the 990 modded back on it, took the 990 rooster tail off. I didn't really care for the Bartolone pipe on this engine. It ran great when it was stock, but I didn't really care for the bottom and mid. It had good top, but that's about it. So am I saying that the Bartolone Baja pipe is a top end pipe? No, but on this SRE Customs modded, which is a reed top end reed now, it just didn't go well. So we changed the carburetor, fixed the linkage, which, like I was saying, shout out to Dan at OBR. And I'm going to get into, I had a conversation with him just recently for about an hour. OBR's got some stuff coming, some top secret stuff in the works that I'm excited about. I know Dan's excited about it, and people that are OBR fans, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, OBR lovers, whatever, OBR huggers, whatever, OBR guys. OBR strong all day long, okay? We'll get it, like I said, we'll get into the OBR versus Taylor 35 in a second. But anyway, I'm gonna run this on coming up with the linkage. Like I said, thanks to Dan's video, helped me out big time on getting this linkage set up. I do have another linkage that I ended up buying, the Yama Dude one. It's like 30 something bucks. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, send it back. I really don't need it now that this is fixed, but who knows, I might just keep it. I've got it anyway, so just in case. But yeah, so we're going to run the Olamat pipe on here. Look at that. These Olamat pipes, man, I can't. Yes, the Taylor pipe is badass, okay? But I think these are badderasser, okay? Even Mike Taylor himself said he wants to try to get Simon, the owner of Olamat that makes these, to make his pipes. They kind of look similar. I don't know about that. But anyway, I obviously have one. That's the first pipe that I ran in my 5B. This will be the first one that I've ran as far as the Baja Olamat pipe. But anyway, so we're going to try the Olamat pipe, put the 990 modded back off, took the rooster tail off, and fix the linkage. So now we're going to see this thing, hopefully this pipe will change and give me more bottom, and we'll see what this 30.5, I didn't really give it a fair, because it wasn't set up right. That was my fault. I should have, you know, set it right. I just wanted to run it for the first time, but we're going to run it one more time. So it'll be SRE Customs 30.5 modded and the Baja take 2. And I'm going to probably throw in the 30. I ran the 30. I had the issue I had with that. First time I ran it, carburetor, X-Tech carburetor suck. Garbage. The only ones that work, or the only one that works, is the one on the .28. The one on the .28 is not even the same carburetor, and this carburetor is money. No need to put an Overossi on this one. But the ones that come on the LRP 32 and the ones that come on the 30 suck. So we have an Overossi carburetor, and the last time I ran it again, I don't think I got it on video, I might have a little bit of footage, blew out a rear bearing. This 30.30 LRP RCR modded is a nasty mofo. I would say it's as close, maybe even more, than the LRP 32. That might shock some people, but Lance did tell me that the LRP 30 would probably get the 32 bottom and mid, but the 32, it's still a 32. So, but anyway, so we're gonna run that. But yeah, now that's what's going on with Nitro. So we're gonna run the LRP 30. A lot of people want to see the 521, which I haven't ran. I've got 8 motors that we still haven't ran. Technically, I ran this. We've already ran the Roma, but I haven't ran the Alpha .28. I haven't ran the .28 LRP. I haven't ran any of these three, which is the L3 Triton that I got remodded. It had a race mod, now it has a drag mod, so I'm curious to see how that is. The Works B5, haven't ran that one yet, modded. Ran it. All these I've ran stock. Okay, those of you that know or don't know, go check out my older videos. All these engines that I'm gonna run, these modded, my newer modded engines, have all been run stock. So I know exactly what they're like stock, and I'm telling you that Roma is not even the same engine. That thing, to be honest with you, and I've said it before, was a dog stock. Okay, I don't know, people rant and rave about a bone stock Roma. I don't care, unless it's modified, which mine is now, like fully modded. Okay, that thing is nasty now. You guys seen it. So compared to the 28.8 RCR modded, still, it's not even in the same conversation. It's completely different animal. So that's funny when you see people tell people, oh yeah, the .25 is just as strong, you know, maybe even torquier than... You're on crack. I've got a bunch of 28s. I've got this .25, and I'm going to try to get another one if I can. I'd like another one. And that thing, even as badass as it is modded, compared to this modded 28.8 or any of my 28s, not even close. But it's a badass engine. And the 30, but we haven't ran that. I haven't ran the W... Which was the other one I have? Oh yeah, the 723. This is the Team Edition. Haven't ran that one yet. We got to run that one. I haven't ran the 723, which is in the Kyosho MP9 TK4. I love that race buggy. And then in the Cobra, a lot of people want me to run this Cobra. I haven't only ran it a couple times. This thing's still brand new. So maybe we'll run the Cobra coming up with the modified Reds 521 Scuderia. Yeah, so I've got a lot of engines to run. So Nitro is definitely not dead in this cave. Okay, not dead on my channel. But again, in a hole, for a lot of various reasons. I don't need to get into detail about it. Most people know Nitro is officially dead. Okay, and it's sad. And the only way that it'll come back is by as a you know, a group of people. I believe Nitro now, especially in YouTube, is a very, very small elite group. And I'm probably the only one that's running Nitro only and fifth scale. Now there's guys that run Nitro and fifth scale, but they run a word and they run other stuff. I'm the only one that is running, right? And I'm not running anything stock. There ain't nothing stock as far as Nitro. I mean, I've got a few stock engines still. But every engine that you're looking at, I don't think, with, like I said, with the exception of maybe a couple that are stock. I think the only stock engine that I have is one of my Reds R5R. I think it's this one. This one here, stock, not modded. This one here, which is an Elite 5, Novarosi Elite 5. I've got two of these. This one, stock. Stock. That's the 420. Is that the 427? Yeah. And OFNA. I might have done some work to that. I can't remember. But I think it's pretty much stock. But other than that, all these other engines I have and all these other engines here, all my engines are modified. So I definitely can say that I'm probably the only guy on YouTube that's running 8-scale Nitro that's running 99.9%. Or I'm running 100% because I don't run those stock engines. Okay, I am only one that I could say, and I feel good about it because I know I'm the only one running nothing but modified engines on this channel. There's no stock engines here, and not even not even now my fifth scales modified. Obviously, this one we're gonna get into this. Okay, you know, that's Nitro. That's what's going on. Stay tuned. I don't, like I said, know if I'm going to open those up on camera or not. I'll decide, but we definitely got Nitro going to be run soon. And we also have another, couple more Nitro engines going to be coming, couple more pipes, and definitely another 8-scale Nitro Truggy. Nobody knows what it is because I bounce all over the place on it, but I've got a few different ideas, but I think I'm pretty set on what I'm going to get. So anyway, that's coming in Nitro. Now, fifth scale. Okay. Everybody wants to know the question that I always get asked, especially since the last video now. Is the Taylor 35 faster than 34 OBR Signature Series, this engine here? And my answer to that, okay, in all honesty, is no. Now, let me explain why. The Taylor 35 is not a completely stock engine. Anybody that knows anything about Mike Taylor knows when you're going to do all this machining and stuff like that, you're not going to, there is some trickery done in this engine. Whether you want to consider the split exhaust ports, okay, or some of the other things. The crank, from what I understand, it's a Lighten crank, and it's a long stroke. That's why this thing has nasty bottom end. Like I will tell you, and I'm going to give you an analogy and a comparison, and before we get into this just came to mind, and I don't know why I didn't start out the video. My condolences to the Brazil family. You guys know him as Family Affair. Now, you guys also know, those of you that have been around a while, know that me and him had scuffles in the past. But I never wish anything bad on anybody, especially death or sickness or anything. I don't hate anybody, never have, never will. Even the people that we don't see eye to eye, and there's a few of them out there, okay, and they know who they are. I don't hate you, okay? You know who you are, okay? Muggy doesn't, I don't have hate in me. I don't hate nobody. Now, do I gonna go grab a cup of coffee with you or hang out with you? Well, probably not, but that's not the point. The point is, somebody, when they lose a family member, and I've lost a few family members, within the last year, so I know how it is. And my condolences to the Brazil family. I know he has 2 boys. It's got to be tough. He wasn't that old. I think he was around my age, I'm not mistaken. But anyway, my condolences to that family, and hope God be with them, and my prayers go out to them. So I just had to say that, so people don't think I'm because like I said, a lot of you guys know that we had our beefs, but I didn't have any animosity or hate the guy or whatsoever. So, and it's kind of a tragedy. We lost a few people. You guys know Rex Welch passed away. Not too, I don't know, what was it, 6 months, a year ago? It's been a while now. I don't know. I lost track of time. But anyway, I just had to say that. So, moving right along. The Taylor 35 will beat the OBR 34 Signature Series. Okay, mine has a crank mod. Okay, and then just so you guys know, OBR Dan is going to be coming out with some videos, because there's a lot of discrepancy. People don't understand. You hear people, oh, I have a 34 OBR 34 reed fully mod. Well, the Signature is different from that. If you don't have a Signature Series 34 reed case, okay, I don't care if you have the V2, I don't care if whatever OBR 34 you have, the Signature Series is their top of the line. It's the top-notch OBR 34 reed case engine. It's not the V2, it's not the other, any of the other, it's the 34 Signatures. And Dan is going to be putting out a video in a couple weeks of explaining what the differences is. Okay? Not that those engines aren't badass, but this is top. This is the Signature Series 34 reed is the top of line. And for a couple $100 extra, you can get a crank mount, which is a CNC balanced lightened DLC coated crank, which I have. Okay, I just went full tilt on it. So to get back to what I was talking to you, this 35 Taylor will get the OBR for the first 10 feet. If you line them up next to each other in whatever vehicle, the first 10 feet, the 35 will get the jump on this. But after 10 feet, the 34 Signature Series OBR reed will walk away from the Taylor. No problem. Okay? I have them both, so I can say that. So that's why I'm telling you guys. I know. Okay? I'm not just saying that because I'm an OBR guy. I'm a Taylor guy too because I own a Taylor. Okay, I love both these engines, but you can't compare them. You know, and a lot of people have made comments, and and sent me messages and stuff. Well, it's not fair. You can't compare a reed to a piston port, which you can't. Okay, so is the 35 the OBR Slayer? The OBR. Me and Dan were laughing about it. You hear, oh, the 35 Taylor. It's the OBR 34 reed case killer. No, it's not. It's a badass engine. Okay, like I said, the first 10 feet it will get the 34, this signature series. But after 10 feet, this thing will pull away from that. Reed case engines rev higher and throughout. Okay, this thing pulls and puts more power and torque to the ground than this engine does. Does that mean this engine doesn't pull or doesn't have any torque? No, but what happens is when you guys can see on the video, and I'm telling you because I can feel it when I'm running it, this thing is snappy right off the line. Then after about 10 or 15, maybe even 20 feet, it screams its ass off, but it kind of flattens off. Okay, and like Dan was saying, if you put them both on a dyno, you would see that this engine, on a dyno curve, if you guys know what a dyno curve is, where the peak RPMs are, this thing would flatten, where this thing here continues to pull. I've never ever really pulled this thing full throttle and just let it scream wide open. I have, but I run out of room. This thing just keeps pulling. And remember, when I ran this thing last time, the video you guys seen, this had a tooth less. This had a tooth more, and this thing will still beat it. So, yes, I'm saying this engine with a 21 or 20, well, actually, no, with a 22, and this thing with a 23, with one more tooth on the pinion, the OBR will still get it on top end. Okay, and I'm not trying, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Oh, you know, this engine, I love this engine. This engine's badass, but it's not badasser than my 34. It just isn't, it's not, and it's a different feel. Like a lot of guys said, you can't compare them. A reed case engine puts more power to the ground and more torque to the ground than any piston, and it doesn't even matter what you do to this thing. All the bolt-on goodies that Mike Taylor is going to offer you, you put them on here, and you still run it against this. And remember, this is only a race mod. This isn't even a drag mod. The next one that I am getting another one built. I was talking to Dan. Dan at OBR, and he won't tell me everything. It's top secret. Only thing that I know is OBR will be coming out in the next few months, or I don't know. I don't want to say next few months because I don't know when, but they will be coming out soon, hopefully, with a brand new small bore reed and a brand new big bore reed. And I can't wait because my new platform that I've mentioned to you guys in the last video, I am going all the way. I'm going full tilt. I'm going to be purchasing the baddest 5th scale whip ever created so far, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Basically, it's the Ferrari of 5th scales, and it's not cheap. Okay, but I'm going for it. I'm working a lot of overtime right now, and all my overtime money is going towards this thing because it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Where am I going to put it? We'll find some place to put it. I might move those or put those in some kind of, I don't like putting anything into storage, but I might move those, and I might put one of these whips over here, or I might be able to put it on this table somewhere, but it's going to take up some space, obviously. But anyway, so when I was thinking that this new whip that I'm getting, obviously I want to put a big bore. Only big bore I would put it in is Taylor. But I told Dan, hey, if you're going to be coming out with some kind of badass big bore, I'll hold off on it because I'm not in any hurry. Once I get this whip, I'm not in any hurry to build it or to set it up, you know, with, you know, all the things that it needs, which it doesn't need pretty much anything except for an engine and electronics. I'm probably to give it away now. But anyway, we're going to be getting a new 5th scale in the next couple months, along with a new Nitro. Who knows? We might unbox them at the same time. That would be pretty monumental. Unbox a badass new fifth scale and a badass next level fifth scale and a badass Nitro. Okay, so, but anyway, and we will be getting a couple more engines. Once I get this new fifth scale, a couple more engines, probably another small bore, another big bore. I might get another Taylor. They have that black one, which has a couple goodies it comes with. No modifications, but I think it comes with a clutch and something else. But anyway, I might grab that one. I like these Taylors. They're badass engines. It's just, like I said, the best way I can... Here, let me do this. I'll give you a metaphor, analogy, whatever, to where, especially you that have done Nitro before, you'll understand. Because people always ask this question too. Okay? The Novarosi .28 Rex Legend versus the LRP .32. Everybody knows these are the two baddest Nitro engines ever made. Biggest and the baddest. And always people ask me, and I ask Lance this all the time. Lance already told me, in a race, stock or modded, which would win? A 28 Rex Legend or an LRP .32 Spec 4? Well, this is what this is what I'm telling you, because I own a few of each. This engine, okay, even though it's a little bit smaller, not by much, it has more ports. This 28 Rex Legend, okay, well, let's start with the LRP32. The LRP32 would spank, stock or modded, will spank the 28 Rex Legend all day long for the first 10 or 20 feet. But after that, the Rex Legend will walk away from this all day long. So, ultimately, this engine is faster than this engine. This engine has more bottom and a little mid, but this engine has a lot more top. So, being that said, it's the same thing with the Taylor 35. Taylor 35 will spank this thing right here, but only for the first 10 feet. Because it blows up off the line. That's what I love about this engine. Okay? Not that I don't... This thing is an explosive too. But this thing, where this thing blows up is mid. And I would say after the first 5 feet, less than 10 feet, once this thing, power band kicks in, gone. Pulls hard, mid, all the way through, screams, will spank this thing. So this Taylor 35, again, will beat the 34 Signature Series OBR Reed, even with the crank mod, for the first 10 feet. But then after that, this thing will, bye-bye, will spank this engine all day long. Okay? Now I also, like I said, I want to take these two engines and compare them in the Baja now. Two-wheel drive. But like I said before many times, I sound like a broken record, the ultimate test to me of a small bore engine, piston, reed, whatever, put it in. That's why I did this. Put it in this vehicle weighs close to 10 pounds more than that. That thing weighs 28 pounds, fully loaded, full tank. Okay? 28 point something. This thing, 38. So that's a 10-pound difference. This 5B, with a full tank of fuel, wheels and tires, everything, just like that, is 10 pounds heavier. And it's four-wheel drive. That's why I put this Taylor in here. Okay? Because I wanted to see if it can pull this thing, and it can. Okay? No problem. I can go probably go up another tooth on it. I just, you know, I was thinking about doing it again, but I think I proved my point, okay? Everybody wants to know. But like I said, a lot of people, I got a lot of comments from people overseas. A lot of the Taylor guys. Hey, it's not fair. You can't compare a reed to a piston. You can't. Because a reed case engine will always put more power to the ground and pull more power and torque to the ground than any piston port, no matter what you do to it. This thing can get fully blown, modded to the max, and it will still not put the power and torque to the ground as this reed case or any reed case. Why do again, I sound like a broken record. Why do you think that Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, KTM, Suzuki, they all went away from pistons? They did use them at one point back in the 80s. They all, in their two strokes, went to reeds because reed case engines put more power to the ground than a piston port. I don't know, I gotta beat people up about that. People like to, oh, piston and this. And only reason Mike made this engine, and I'm gonna leave you with this because I want to, this video's, I don't want to make it too long. The only reason Mike Taylor made this engine, he didn't make it because he knew it was going to be the baddest small bore out there. And he knew it was going to be badass. But I highly doubt that he thought that that would spank a reed case engine. Okay? If that was the case, Mike Taylor's big bores would be piston ports. None of his big bores, from the 40 GT all the way up to the 88 Diablo, none of those are piston ports. They're all reed case engines. And there's a reason for it. Again, because they put more power and produce more power through the whole power band, bottom to top. Okay? He made this engine, this Taylor 35 right here, so it could easily fit in any vehicle without having to do any kind of modifications, changing the linkage and, you know, the little things which I don't think are a big deal. But he just wanted to make it so it would just drop right in anything. Convenience. That's why he did it. Only reason. Now, if he makes something like this, reed case, like a small version of his big bores, then that's a different story. But I don't believe Mike's ever going to do that. He's going to milk this. That's why he's going to later on offer all these, you know, upgrades that are all going to be bolt-ons. But remember, the internals will never be changed. He made this engine so you don't have to split it. He's told me that and said it on his videos. He's going to make his upgrades so you don't have to pull the casing apart. Everything that he's going to offer will be bolt-on, probably a top-end kit or whatever. But that's about it. But even when you do all that stuff, it will still not spank a 34 or even beat a 34 reed. It'll give it a, like I said, first 10 feet, it's got this engine. But after that, the 34 walks away from it all day long, man. So, I know, I own them, I ran them. Bottom line is, the 34 reed case OBR Signature Series puts more power and torque to the ground than the 35 Taylor. But the 35 Taylor is a badass engine. I can't wait to see it in the Baja. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a comparison. After we run this one more time, the 30.5 S-Ray Customs, yank it out. Try some different pipes maybe on it before I yank it out. I want to try the Taylor pipe against the Olamat pipe. But I'm probably going to end up running the 34 OBR in the Baja and then run the Taylor in the Baja. Ultimately, I got this engine for this vehicle. I didn't get it for this. This 5B is going to go, is meant for this. This engine is meant for this vehicle. This engine will be going back in there. So anyway, where are we at? Like 30 something minutes? Okay. I have some goodies. I've already opened up. What happened is I'm running this video right now. Hopefully it comes out okay on 2.7K on this. This is my newer GoPro. It's still old, but it's better than the one I had. And when I ran the 4K, I didn't like it. Like when you moved it around, I didn't like the sound. It just didn't come out right. So what I did is I already did the unboxing, and you know, I opened up all this stuff and looked at it. So, but since you guys haven't seen it, it's already open. I have some goodies here. We are going to address this. Look at that, man. That hurt. Okay. This hurt me more than it hurt my 5B when that happened. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. Let me put these engines back up, but I'm going to show you. We have some goodies, and I have one more big giant goodie coming for the 5B. I told you I was going to do a huge upgrade to the 5B. We're going to take the TLR 5B to a whole nother level. So let's open well, they're already open. Let me show you the first couple things that I've got here. Now, as you guys know, I bent the shock tower. The shock tower here is no bueno. Done like dinner. Cracked that sucker good, man. That was a hard hit. When a 38-pound vehicle hits something, yeah. Look at the arm. Check that out. Snap that sucker. Luckily, it impacted right on the arm, so it didn't damage the shock. The shock's straight. Shaft's not bent. I love these shocks, man. The only shocks that are badder asser than these for the 5B or 5T are the Matt Olsons, and I think those are like $300, something crazy. Who knows? I might end up picking. I've been looking at them. I might end up picking up a pair of them. But these are badass. I love these shocks. There's the hinge pin. Look at that. Yep, pretty. This is steel too, man. I'm not even gonna try to bend that back. But yeah, there's the carnage. I'm glad my shock posts, these are titanium, because otherwise these would have been done too. So these are nothing wrong with those. So didn't do anything to the pin. This is the A block that holds the pins. This thing's still straight as an arrow. Here's the front knuckle. But anyway, so first thing that we have in here is we have, I just went ahead and got these. These are the Taylor titanium hinge pins. So these are the titanium hinge pins. So we're going to replace all the 5B steel hinge pins with titanium. So we won't have to worry about those bending anymore. Then I needed to replace the front shock tower. So we went ahead and replaced the front shock tower. Hold on a second. With the Taylor. Let's take this out. I think I opened this part. Yeah, I did. Take a look at that. Sick ass billet. So yeah, that's gonna look sick on my 5B. So there's one, and since I'm replacing one, can't just replace one, we have to replace both of them. Here's the other one. Look at that, bling bling. I don't even hate touching this stuff because it puts fingerprints all over it. But there you go. Front and rear Taylor billet aluminum shock mounts. So that's that. Let me put these back in here. Put these away carefully. And let's see, the next thing I got. We got a few this is what I was talking about. This is like $30. Can you believe that? Man, they don't make this hobby any easier, do they? Especially in Pisco, like I said, you gotta have deep pockets. This is a Yama Dude, I think is what it's called. I don't know. Maybe I'll use it. Maybe not. I don't need it now. Got another set of these. I run these in all my fifth scale tires because I used to be locks. But I have another set of these. I think I'm gonna replace a whole set. One of these Turtle Racing. I like these Turtle Racing handles because in the 5B, unfortunately, you can't run any kind of fancy pull start because there's no room really. So I got another pull start. Gonna throw that on there. Just like keep the pull starts fresh. This is the, I had one of these, I don't know what happened to it, but these are very, very, very handy. Spring pullers, FMF, highly recommend those. These here is a must. These DDM tools do not crank on the ball ends. They will snap. That's why I got a whole nother set. I had only needed the 3mm because I use that ball end 3mm a lot, but I was like, well, 3, 4, and 5 are going to come in handy. Definitely need these. Use them all the time. I use all the DDM drivers things. You just don't want to torque on them, like I said, because they're not very strong. And here we go. 24 pinion. This is the Black Magic, which, you know, when you run the black bones on the low C5Bs or 5Ts, you can't just run the pinion black bone. You have to change the spur too. And I didn't want to have to go through all that. 58 spur is fine. We have a 23 on here. We're gonna either on this engine or the OBR. We're gonna go and try a 24. This is a 23. So, or I might just save it for a rainy day. Anyway, these were not cheap. Now, this is what I really wanted for a long time, but I had no reason to get them because my stock TLR ones are fine. Elite RC, Gata guys, Chris 1/5. We're like, man, if you're gonna get new arms, or definitely try the Turtle Racing. They're called Ridgebacks. Now, I was talking to Dan. I didn't know this, but Dan at OBR, because you know they use Turtle Racing billet casings on their engines, Dan was telling me that he helped design these. He runs them. These are CNC billet. Like they're not plastic. I forgot what the material is. I did look it up. I forgot what they're made out of, but these things are, like, look at that. They are not going to break. These things are, like, beefy. This is, like, plastic aluminum. They give you some extra mounting holes for the shocks. But yeah, I definitely won't be breaking these things, because I was like, why are these $150 for 4 of them? For 4 arms, $150. Well, once I seen them and I read about them and Dan was telling me about them, now I know why. These aren't plastic or molding injected, I think is what these are. Molding, you know, it's an injection molding. These aren't. These are CNC on a special material. I forgot what it is, like a Delron or whatever. So it's called CNC billet plastic or whatever. But they're pretty sick. So we are going to be throwing these with the titanium pins and the aluminum shock towers. And we have one more big bad asser upgrade coming for this. And you guys probably already know what it is. But it will be coming hopefully this week. I think this week. Sometime this week. And we will be taking the 5B to a whole nother level. The 5B is going to get badder asser. So now I'm getting close to $5,000 into this thing. Crazy. And to think I'm going to spend probably that on the next one. Next whip, that is. But anyway, that's what's going on. So stay tuned. Probably not in this video, but after some time, who knows, maybe I can't squeeze into this video. King motor, 30.5 SRE Customs modified, Olamat pipe. One more last rip before that engine comes out. 30, LRP point 30 in the associated. Rear bearings replaced because that's what got blown out of it. Rear bearing just incinerated. That point 30 is a badass. You guys will see. But anyway, engines, more modded engines, Nitro engines, more fifth scale. Stay tuned to the Muggy channel. Yes, Nitro is dead, but not on my channel. I'm going to try to keep it as live. Keep Nitro alive as much as I can. I will only do Nitro and gas on this channel for life. Like that? For life. No E word ever. Alright, people, that's all I got. Muggy's out. It's like I said, keep your ear peeled. OBR's got some. And the thing I like about it is the OBR engines coming out. Not that I don't like the Taylor stuff, but we need an American. And OBR is made here in America. So it's going to be an American-made new small bore and big bore coming to a neighborhood near you. Or coming actually to a channel near you. Hopefully mine. I'll hopefully be able to debut the first new OBR engines when they come out. Can't wait. Anyway, that's all the Muggy's got. I gotta get out of here. I got things to do. I got the skills to work on. I've got Nitro engines to tear apart. A lot of things happening. Stay tuned. Again, my condolences to the Brazil family, to Family Affair and his family, man, and my prayers go out to them. And everybody else, you decide if you want to keep Nitro alive. It's up to us. I can't do it by myself, man. Even though it will be here alive on my channel. Alright, people. Muggy's out. Catch you on the next one. Peace.